Okay, so happy Tuesday. This is episode 2. So it's the second time I've been really putting some time into this game. I dabbled in playing with fighters a little bit off stream just to get a general idea of how it's supposed to work for customize and that kind of thing. So, also, I think we did this at the end of the stream when you can actually customize your little insignia for your ships and whatever. So you can play around with colors. That. Do whatever you want to do. And then you can select, I think it starts with those two, and then you can create more if you really want to. But I only need one, so I'm good. So that you get to choose the lettering, and you get 3 letters to choose from. And this is supposed to be, what is it? Midshipman. I don't know what this is in reference to. Maybe experience? I don't know, because you can't change it. So maybe as you play the game, this go change to you rank up, I guess. I don't know. Again, I don't know how that works. Anyway, today, first we're going to be taking a look at customizing fighters and missiles and that kind of thing. And then we'll, after we play around with that a little bit, we'll do some skirmishes with using the carrier and the fighters and see how they do. And go from there. So, in this case, we have to go to the fleet editor. And got a little existing fleet that I'm playing with. Gimpy stuff. So, basically, this is a default fleet for the Alliance. This is actually the Maple fleet, which is just a carrier and 2 frigates. So what we did, we just copy that and put it into my own stuff here. So we're not playing around with the originals and just modifying this as we want to go. Cobalt Squadron. This is just 2 cruisers. Basically, it's the first fleet you choose from when it's that. Difficulty is easy. I don't know about that, but anyway, this is the one we're playing with. Skybird, welcome back. So, there's our carrier. And the 2 frigates. The frigates are slightly different from each other. But anyway, when you have your customizing your fleets, you can, add and remove ships as you want to. I think. How do you remove a ship? Delete? Not delete. Oh, right click for options, drag to reorder. Okay, so just right click to delete it. Or you can duplicate them if you want. Basically, we're looking for fleets with 3,000 points, because that's the default setting for doing skirmishes against the AI. Might be the default points too for doing multiplayer stuff too, but we haven't done any multiplayer yet. So, anyway, fleet's about 3,000 points, and points are basically based on the ships and what's on the ships. So in this case, that's a frigate, or sorry, 2 frigates. They're slightly different. This one has got the spyglass radar. That's the good stuff. This is all like point defense stuff. Alright. Answer to the difficulty of hitting on it. Yeah, that's point defense stuff there. Although the other one, the Starlit Skies, this one has the Pinyard electronic support module. The host works to detect radar signatures. Well, yeah, this just extends the range of your radar. I'm not sure why that's there, but it is. Again, they have missile launchers too. And that's about it. But we're not worried about these guys right now. I don't know why we look at them. We're mainly concerned about the carrier and the fighters. In this case, the fighter or the carrier is fine the way it is. It's a carrier. It's all set up ready to carry a bunch of the fighters, and it's got chaff and flare to protect it from missiles for the most part. It's also got some missiles of its own. I think the tornadoes are actually used for shooting down other missiles, I think. But we'll find out here in a second. So, we can actually design our own missiles if we really want to. Get different types. So, each missile, this is a permanent installation, so that's its engine, main engine, and this is usually where the explosives go into. So in this case, blast fragmentation, so it's a frag one. So this can't be changed. Or would I have to I probably have to make a new one. Let's just make a new one. So we'll create a new missile. You got the different body types. All the different ones, different sizes. The size 2s, size 3s, size 1s. So this basically affects where they can be loaded into. And as far as the fighters go, I think the biggest you can go is... Well, it depends on the hard points. I'm pretty sure fighters can take all these size missiles. It just depends on their the hard points that they have available to them. But anyway, so we have missile. We'll just select this one for now, just show off again the engine, how it gets there. And then this is basically what is the missile itself. Is it high explosives? Is it blast fragmentation? Does it do other stuff? Decoy launchers? Hardened skin. Why would you do a hardened skin? The missile body is shell built from a harder alloy, making it more resistant to damage from incoming point defense fire. But where do you put the... Oh, I'm guessing... Okay, again, this is where you're going to want to put your explosives. So we'll go high explosive kinetic impact or penetrator. So you go there, and then here you get a choice: is it direct fire or is it cruise? Direct fire means you shoot it and it goes basically straight towards its target. So simplest form of missile guidance system, the avionics package guides the missile in a straight line towards the target, and then has been acquired by the missile seeker. Or you can go cruise missile or cruise guidance, a more advanced form of missile guidance that is capable of following a complex waypoint path to the target, enabling blind strikes around asteroids and more. So, most cases you're going to go, the direct guidance, unless you're trying to do something special. In the next section, this is where your hardened skin would come into play and make it harder to shoot down, or you can put other stuff in here too. Like how's it getting its instructions? Command guided missiles are steered by, you don't need this because it's a direct fire. So this is basically just a way to guide it in, I guess. Fixed active radar seeker. Active radar seekers find targets by sending out bursts of radio waves and listening for the return. Their major advantage is that they allow missiles to be fully autonomous without the need of any other platform to guide them in for the kill. Unfortunately, active seekers without backup are also easy to decoy and jam. So basically, if you're just doing a basic missile type deal. Then we have the steerable active. Oh, lots of reading there. So they find targets by sending out their major advantage stuff. Unfortunately, decoy. The seeker is an upgrade over the fixed version. The radar emitter is mounted on a swivel head, allowing it to point in a different direction for the missile's direction of travel. This means it can widen its effective field of view by performing a conical scan, making it more likely to find target. Additionally, it can keep its seeker pointed at the target while performing evasive maneuvers, or just leading the target at an extreme angle of approach. Hey Beacon, welcome back. Thank you for the 7 consecutive streams watched. Steerable extended active radar seeker. So that's an upgrade to the upgrade. The range goes from 2,000 to 5,000. So fixed semi-active radar seeker. Semi-active radar homing seekers look for continuous wave radar illumination from a target in order to home in on them. The seeker requires a launching platform to paint the target with radar waves, as it cannot emit its own. So it's relying on its wherever it's coming from to keep eyes on target. Fixed anti-radiation seeker. Semi-active. This one is fixed. So anti-radiation seekers home in on the radiation signature of a target, radiated energy of a target. These seekers also make excellent validators, allowing the missile to discriminate between a ship and a simple decoy like chaff by checking for radio emissions. It's a little bit more smarter. And then we have the electro-optical seeker. Electro-optical seekers are cameras with advanced image processing algorithms, allowing to pick out targets with great accuracy. These seekers are nearly impossible to decoy, and unlike radar-based seekers, they are able to identify specific ships if fired at a target with enough intelligence. And the wake homing seeker. Waycoming seekers detect the hot gases emitted from the drive cones of ships and turn in the direction of increasing strength. This leads the missile directly into the main engines of the target, excellent for disabling mobility. Note that the main drives must be active for this seeker to detect the wake, so basically heat seeker. It's not complex at all. No, it's not. This is just missiles. Cold gas bottle. Bottle of highly compressed cold... So this is all, just guiding the missile in. So, how difficult to evade is basically what these things are the purpose of. So in this case, command receiver is just from launching ship, directing them towards a sensor track that ship holds. So yeah, no big deal there. So different types. Cold gas bottle. Bottle of highly compressed gas, cold gas, to supplement the ejection charge for a cold launch missile. And early maneuverability for all missiles. Increases the maneuverability of a missile during the thruster push-off and initial boost phases of flight. So I guess if you want... I guess you would use these on like rockets, I would think. Right? You want them to get into targeting position as fast as possible, and I guess you would put one of these on. Cold launch missile. I'm not exactly sure how this would be used. I'm sure somebody knows. Decoy launcher. This module turns soft kill on its head, ejecting a series of rocket-powered decoys with high radar reflectivity along the missile's flight path to aid in point defense penetration by overwhelming it with false targets. Cluster decoy launcher. This module turns soft kill on its head, ejecting a series of blah along missiles' flight path, overwhelming it with false targets. So decoys fired is 6. This is only 3. So this is just more junk in the air. I guess the idea is it throws out chaff and it makes it more difficult for point defense to target it, be my guess. Fast startup module. An additional component for the control system which constantly checks the missile's status and keeps the system in a pre-warmed up state while in battle. This eliminates much of the normal startup time for a missile, but adds a risk of the missile failing on launch. Oh, that's good. Hardened skin, we know that makes it harder to blow up. Radar absorbent coating. Covers the missile body in a radar absorbent material, making it harder to detect and thus reducing the target's reaction time. So stealth missiles. Sort of. Self-screening jammer. Creates a short-range but powerful spherical area of radar jamming around the missile. Range of 2,500 meters. That's fairly large. So... spherical area of radar jamming around the missile. So basically an anti-sensor missile, right? You would use this to screw with whatever's trying to target your other missiles, I would think. Boosted one. Creates a directional jammer signal ahead of the missile. So bigger range, but it's only pointing forward. Which isn't necessarily bad, because it ought to be disrupting the target, I guess, or whatever it's going towards. So again, these are basically ECM missiles. Jam the target that you're shooting at. That's not a bad idea. Although I'd say that one. Okay, last but not least, in this one, so this is actually how you're going to get there. So only... fixed radar seeker. Anti-radiation. Radiated energy of a target. These seekers also make excellent validators, allowing the missile to discriminate between a ship and a simple decoy like chaff by making it by it. So this wouldn't be too bad. Radiated energy. Any chance of putting antimatter warhead on the missile? No, I didn't see any antimatter. This is realistic stuff, Fugruels. This is more realistic. None of this Star Trek bullshit. Hydrogen bomb? Hydrogen bomb in space? I don't know about that. Semi-active radar. I mean, so you can look for continuous wave radar on the target. In order to home in on them, the seeker requires a launching platform to paint the target. No, we don't want that. Now that we can see we can do like ECM missiles, I want to see what we can do with this. Waycoming seekers detect the hot gases emitted from so heat seeker. cameras. Let's do cameras. So this missile. Kinetic penetrator. It's a big thing. And then this is the direct guidance, so direct, fly to the target thing. And this is the jammer. Right, as it's flying in. This one. So it's basically jamming as it goes in. I don't know why not. I'm not an expert on hydrogen bombs. And then this is actually the targeting, using a camera instead of something else. So it's actually looking for a specific target. That's not too bad, I guess. Oh, we got to give it a name. What's a good name for this thing? I don't know. So far we have tornadoes, bolts. This is supposed to be a tempest. I don't like tempest though, and truncheon. How about blackjack? Okay, smack them in the head. They never see it coming. Or they never feel it in the second punch. 26 points for this thing. Hey, Hurricane, welcome back. Lightning? I don't think this isn't lightning. Because we're doing a high explosive kinetic penetrator. Oh, we didn't even look at the explosives, actually. So, high explosive warhead that detonates on contact with target. This type of warhead is good all around. Choice for targets large and small. It will create a large hole in the armor, opening an area up to cannon fire and doing catastrophic damage to internal components. This one, the penetrator version. Blah blah, this word is excellent. Its armor penetrating capability is directly tied to its impact velocity, but moving too quickly through lightly armored targets will cause most of the explosive force to be lost. Hammer? I like blackjack. Everybody knows what a blackjack is, right? Blast fragmentation. This type of warhead explodes by proximity fuse and sends out thousands of shrapnel fragments at high velocities, ripping through small targets like other missiles. Fusing a fragmentation warhead is extremely time-intensive. The effectiveness of the warhead is related to the related velocities of the missile and target at the time of intercept, with an intercept from directly ahead or behind having the highest PK. Note that this warhead is entirely effective against warships of any size. Oh, entirely ineffective against warships of any size, because it's just fragmentation. So this is basically a way to shoot down other missiles, or maybe fighters. This sword is entirely capable of ineffective against warships of any size. Know them out with a weighted shorted club. Then from behind to the head. Then blackjack works exactly. So we don't want blast fragmentation for sure. So kinetic penetrator or just regular high impact. The penetrator key is directly tied to the impact velocity. How many points does that change it to? Oh, well, at least the points. Points matter. This. So this was the boosted self-screening jammer thingy. What's the cost difference here? 4 points. It's a powerful, short range but powerful spherical area of radar jamming around the missile. Range is 250 or 2,500. This one's 5. I don't think it needs to be a long range. I hope. So, just trying to keep the points down. And then this is 13, 8. Major advantage is that they allow missiles to be fully autonomous without the need to any other platform to guide them in for the kill. Unfortunately, active seekers without backup are also easy to decoy and jam. I'll take an 8-point missile, though. I mean, I don't know how effective it's going to be. We're kind of depending on maybe its ECM to help it with targeting. Yeah, we'll see. There's the blackjack. And we want to... So how do you save that? You can use it in other fleets by saving it as a template. Oh, down here. Template. There we go. So now we can use it in the fleet. So we can use it there. It actually tells you what the point cost is here on these missiles. So it's right there, the rest of them. So it's a second most high. Oh, sorry. It's second most. Nah, that's the biggest one there. So that's not too bad for 8 points. Again, we're goofing around. Okay, so there's the first missile that we played around. So you can see all the different choices there. And again, there are different body types for these missiles too. So, you know, all kinds of plain stuff. I also forgot to mention, this game is currently on sale on Steam for half price because of the little RTS sale that's going on Steam right now. And this is one of the games on sale. Currently about $15 US. Okay, so more fun. The fighter stuff. So longswords, hourglass, and the katana. So these are the ones that are currently in the fleet. This is a longsword. This is a bomber. It's got a missile bay. Stuff. Different size missile bays. So these are smaller missiles, but more. These are bigger missiles, but less. This is basically a torpedo bomber. So that's what these are so big for. That's all this. That's all it has. It has a missile bay. And you can take it off if you want, but why would you want to? Yeah. So anyway, so that's the longsword. And the hourglass, this is basically the space EWAC. This is your eyes in the sky type deal. You can't really do anything with it. You can remove that, but again, there's nothing to remove. Oh, sorry. The sensor. Oh, that's not what was on there before, was it? A portable ELINT package which can be carried on the sundial CWAC, allowing it to pick up enemy radar signals and triangulate fixes with any other ELINT sensors in the battle space. Fixed installation cannot be changed in battle. So, remove this component. So it reduces the cost by 25. So it actually doesn't have anything on this. So it was empty, right? Which is okay, because these guys are fine. I think the way they are. Basically, what you'd use this for is if you have multiples of these out there with this ELINT sensor, is it allows them to find targets more efficiently, I believe is how it's supposed to work. Allowing to pick up enemy radar signals and triangulate fixes with any other ELINT. So, I guess better targeting. But, that's fine. Okay, then we have fighters. The katana. Currently has a 20mm gun and a size 2 missile bag. In this case, guns. We have 20mm. General purpose 20mm rotary nose gun, moderately effective in anti-craft and anti-missile roles, but useless against ships. 35mm, heavy 35mm nose cannon, less effective against fast maneuvering targets, but able to survive or serve double duty against ships. So basically, not so good for fighting other aircraft and missiles, but better against larger ships. And then the 15mm coil gun. The small coil gun mounted to the nose, allowing for precise anti-craft and anti-missile shots with devastating effect. Unfortunately, it is highly constrained by battery endurance. I don't know what the battery endurance reference is, because it's a railgun, coil gun, whatever. So good against shooting down other small craft and missiles. Highly constrained by battery endurance. I don't really know what that means. So maybe that's the firing rate, because it's 60 firing rate. I'm guessing 60 seconds between shots. Fire rate is 900 RPM, so that's good. That's 360. This one, yeah, so it's 1 shot every minute. No, wait a minute. Recycle time is 1 second. I'm confused. I'm confused on this. Fire rate is 60, but recycle time is 1 second. What does that mean? I don't know what that means there. And then a nose illuminator. Illuminator pod contained in the craft's nose. So range is 4,500 meters. It's radar. So basically this is like a laser targeting type deal. So it uses to help missiles find their targets. Fire rate per minute, maybe. I don't know. That's because what's the recycle time then? Recycle time to me means the next time you can shoot. That's 1 second. Fire rate, I don't know. Oh, 60 per minute. You don't usually see that though. 60 per minute. So it goes 1, boom, 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 boom. I don't know. I guess we'd have to see it in action to see what it's doing. Anyway, this is just a katana anyway. So nose illuminator, this is for painting your target for whatever's in your missile bag. In this case, it is. You have size 1 missiles, size 2s, and size 3s. I'm sorry. Oh no, so you can only put size 2s in here. Centerline fuel tank, so if you want to fly around more, there's your fuel capacity. Okay, so that's you. Okay, so that's the existing stuff. But look, we can create new stuff too. So these are the 4 craft we have to choose from. We have a skiff. There's a mainstay of the Alliance fleet for generations, compact design which can fit in hangars of large warships which don't have space for larger launch facilities. Combined with a significant flexibility, both tops. Okay, so we saw these in the tutorials. So these guys. So this is the front end. That's what it looks like from the front. No, that's from the side because it had wheels on the side. So on the nose, you put a 35mm gun. Oh, so you can actually use this again to tank other ships because of that. And the missile package. Oh, we got an ELINT. So this is for targeting. Sprinter masquerade. Deception module, which makes this craft appear to be a sprinter corvette to enemy sensors until visually identified. So basically deception. Or another gun. So you could actually put 2 35mm on this thing and it would be... Oh, that looks like it might be rear facing. Oh, this is turret. Turreted 35mm gun. On the top of the spacecraft with a full 360-degree traversal. So actually, nice little assault ship, I guess. If you want to go that route. Because you got the forward firing and the turret. It could be definitely a harasser if you have enough of them. But that's not what we're looking at. How do I move you? Make sure you want to remove this design from the fleet. It will be reloaded from that one. There we go. So another new one. So Tonto, this is the interceptor. There's the EWAC, and then there's the bomber. Let's do another fighter. So you can actually. I looked at these guys, and they have more choices than what it looks like. So. Nose. We'll put a 20mm in there for fun. Because we don't need an illuminator, you'll see why. And then center line, missile bays. Put the biggest missile bay we can fit in there. Or sorry, that's the big missile bay. smaller missiles, larger missiles. So let's do that one for now. So big missile. And then the loadout. So in this case, no loadout selected, which is where? Oh, need a new loadout. There we go. So there's our potential loadouts. So we can put in fuel tanks on the wings, illuminator pods as well if you really want to. Or instead of illuminator pods, again, are good for targeting missiles. Hey, Rizak, welcome to the stream. Been trying to figure out conquest mode. In this, I don't think there's a Oh. In this game, I haven't played it yet, so I honestly don't know. I'm very new to this game. This is the second time I've been playing it. So, anyway, there's illuminator pods. Again, if you have enough of the missiles, like smaller ones, that need radar guiding, or even laser guiding for the big one, too. Jamming pods. So these are basically jamming radar, right? At a range of 2,500. So you can use these as a jamming fighter type deal. ECM fighter. How come these aren't affecting points? Should they be? Because they don't technically have stuff on there. We'll keep the fuel tanks on there for now. Okay, and then for your missiles. These are the bombs we currently have in the fleet. The blackjack's there, goes right there. The Conquest beta thingy. I don't know. Again, this is my second time playing it. The only skirmish stuff I've done in this game so far are the Annihilation. So I honestly don't even know what the Conquest beta thingy means. Because I haven't seen that yet, so I don't know. I apologize, but I just don't know. Okay, munitions. So we have 20 millimeter selected guns. You could put those in there if we had the bigger guns. So that's how you do that. Oh, and you actually put the bombs in, which we did. Or oh, that's right. We can't put these are the smaller smaller missile types, so they don't go in here. They go in the bottom there. So we can actually change this over to that one. Oh. Oh, you could actually put different loadouts here. Not sure why this is orange, but guessing not good. Are you liking it? I'm liking the game. My general policy is if I don't like a game, you won't see me stream it more than once. This is twice for me, so I'm liking it. Still learning though. It's got a learning curve to it, so I'm still learning. So anyway, we don't want to do the small stuff. We want to do the big stuff because we designed a missile specifically just a couple of minutes ago. So the blackjack. Could make a smaller version of the blackjacks, I guess. But anyway, this should be working. So now we need to give this thing a new name too. So it's got extra fuel tanks, got jamming pods, so it makes it harder to see, right? Steering areas, 45 degrees front, 45 degrees back. Bob the fighter. Bob the fighter. Okay, so it's got the blackjack missile, which is a ECM type missile deal, or actually, it's it's kind of an ECM missile. It basically jamming sensors as it's flying in with the explosives. That's what its job is. And then we have fuel tanks. We have jamming pods for ourselves, which should help the missile get in there too. 2,500 meters. I don't know what's the range on the missile. I have no idea. So, Bob. For fighters and bombers, you usually go with mythic flying creatures. Harpy, Griffin, Dragon, Pegasus. Well, yeah, that's choices. But you can't beat Bob. So how do I actually save this, though? So this is just the missile stuff. Spacecraft designer. Save designs. No save spacecraft. It's a new template. Ah, there we go. So bomb is there. Okay, so there's Bob. So that. So the katana is that, and missile bay, and your loadouts are various types of missiles, right? Oh no, it doesn't. Units. So it's got a missile bay, but it's not size 2. Oh, that's right. You outfit them when you're on the ship, right? Oh, here we go. Void superiority and fighter bomber. So void superiority, you get fuel tanks, illuminator pods, no jamming pods, no. But you do get the tornado missile, an internal, no. That. And you get the 20 millimeters, so it's interceptor. So what are these? Oh, the bolt missiles. So we'd have to look up and see what those are. But tornado is in the middle here. There's your fuel tanks, and then these are these guys out there, smaller missiles. Okay, and the fighter bomber. So fuel tanks, jamming pods, and you have a bomb, and then you have a 20 millimeter slug. So it's not too different from the Bob. It basically is the Bob, just using a different missile. If you go to the fighter bomber version. The same thing, the only difference is this one's running bombs and the Bob is using a missile. I like Bob better. Sounds better than katana. So those are those guys. Now we could make a new bomber if we really wanted to. This is the Claymores. The only thing is there's really nothing to change here. Just the size of the missile bays. So I guess you could make a different bomber. Because there's a longsword. It's got the size 3. And we give him the size 2. So he gets more smaller stuff. And then his actual profiles. Oh, you could put multiple blackjacks in here. Tornadoes. What do the tornadoes do, though? Tornadoes. 94 of them. So the tornado is blast fabrication. So this is an anti-missile thing. Direct guidance, waycoming seeker, and fixed radar stuff. So this is basically, these are anti-missile missiles. So it could go smaller. Blackjack, this is a size 2. No, then we have these in the fleet as well. Currently in the fleet, saved missiles are these guys. So, ever post high explosive stuff. Oh, it says no missile. What the hell? Oh, you have to load it. So post. There we go. So this one, another frag. It's another anti-missile missile. Thunderhead. This one is a high impact one. 6 points. Cruise guidance, so it's a little cruise missile. US does predators mostly. Nowadays, yeah. Well, no. Well, I guess it depends how you look at it. Because F-14 is the Tomcat. F-18 is the Hornet. What's the 23? Yeah, F-15 is the Eagle. 16 is the Falcon. F-4 was the Phantom from Vietnam era. What's the 23? Hey, I don't know if they give it a name like that. I don't remember ever seeing one. Oh, they didn't put everything in here. So this is a fixed radar seeker. Cruise. So again, that's the Thunderhead. Squall. Another high impact or high explosive. Direct guidance. Nope, sorry, this is another cruise. The Black Widow. Really? They called that 23 a Black Widow. That doesn't seem to really fit, does it? Who named that one? Black Widow is a stealth. It was a stealth fighter jet prototype designed for the use. Because stealth? Is a 23 really a stealthy though? Yeah, it doesn't really fit to me either. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. It's not really the original stealth. The what is it? The F-19, 119, 117. Okay, I was close. So that's a stealth fighter. And I don't... What did they name that one? I think it was the Raven or something, wasn't it? Blackbird. No, the Blackbird is the SR-71. The name was a reuse of the World War II fighter's name. Well, that sucks. Come up with a new one. The Nighthawk. See? F-117 Nighthawk. That's appropriate for a stealth fighter. So... But again, Black Widow for the F-23 doesn't really... When I hear Black Widow, I don't think fighter. I think sits in the shadows and waits for its target. You know, waits for its food. That doesn't really scream air superiority to me. F-35 Lightning, there's a good one. Just waits in a web. Yeah, it's not... It doesn't fit with the Black Widow at all. F-35 called Lightning 2. I don't know what... Disparity said it's the Black Widow. Hang out at night waiting to pouch. It's not even hanging out at night. Black Widows, they hang out in dark spaces in dry areas. They don't really go hunting. They wait for everything to come to them. They hide in the shadows. They never leave their webs, usually. They just wait for them to come there. Well, yeah, venomous, but who cares? USA and UK both had lightning fighters. Of course they did. Lightning, you got to use lightning. If you're not using lightning, Thor would be very upset with you. You can't have that happening. Anyway, the Squall. This is just a regular... Which one is this one? Fixed anti-radiation seeker. So this one. These seekers are excellent validators, allowing the missile to discriminate between a ship and a simple decoy like chaff. So that's good. There's the Hurricane. Another explosive, or high explosive. Direct guidance and command receiver. So this one requires a targeting, a laser targeting of some kind. Night fighter usually patrols a box, so yeah. What, for Black Widow? It's still. I think the F-35 variant had a name change. Hussar? That's very American. What the hell? Hussar? Why would they use Hussar for the name of an F-35? Where are they coming up with this stuff? Why don't you just call it the Shadow? Or the Thunderbolt? Because that's never been used before. Polish F-35 Hussars. Okay. Oh, and under the Polish got F-35s. I thought they only get F-16s. They're moving up in the world? Yeah, I know Thunderbolt's been used many times. Well, at least once. It's okay. So I can understand if it's for the Polish, like, okay, call it a Hussar, it doesn't matter. But for the American version, that's Black Widow. God, that doesn't seem right. Heck, well, neither am I, so don't worry about it. I haven't kept up with that stuff since I was in my teens, so. And there was no F-35 when I was a teenager, so I'm forgiven. The F-35 is a Lightning, okay, for the Americans. Weird. So again, Hurricane, the Gale. So this one, another high explosive. Direct guidance. And this one is the fixed semi-active. And the continuous wave radar illumination on a target.
Hey, bag of water.
On them.
It is time to take a break.
Launching platform to paint the
Go
target
stretch
radar.
your legs.
Okay.
This break supports the purchase of Rocket's treats. If you would like to help Rocket feel like a puppy again, please visit gimpyknee.com/support or type !treats in chat. Thank you. Your next break is in 1 hour.
Okay, so these are just these missiles are just different body types for the most part. I mean, some of them are at least. All up here. They're part of the fleet, but they're not loaded on anything. So we're just looking at stuff. So, yeah, see the different body types. They got more bigger engines or more fuel, whatever it is. It's a big fat one. It looks like mace, truncheon. So we didn't actually do. Oh yeah, we did kind of create a new missile. So anyway, so you got different body types. Size 1s, 2s, 3s, torpedo, hybrid missile. Characteristics found in 2 other classes of missiles. That is size 2 missiles built for a long-range cruise bus, which offers moderate speed and long range to deliver a size 1 sprint vehicle to the target at high speed. These missiles excel at punching through defense defense networks and dealing moderate damage. The Atlatl? Hybrid missiles still. So again, this is the body. Right, so you play around with these guys. Select that thing. Oh, that's kind of cool. Different. There's your cruise engine. There's your sprint engine where it gets target, launches, and goes. Huh, we should play with one of these maybe. Although... So Bob has... Oh, I was thinking of changing Bob out for the smaller missile bay, because we already have the longsword in the fleet, which is the 2 big missiles there. So the Bob, we should switch it over to smaller stuff for fun. That's what we're looking at stuff for. Anyway, Checker, thank you very much for the follow and welcome to the stream. So when we get back from break, we will see what we're going to put on the Bob. Maybe create some new missiles for it. See what it can do. Smaller ones. Because We haven't played around with any small missiles yet. So anyway, gonna take a break, get up, stretch your legs, get some water, go see what Rocket and Mrs. Gimpy are up to. When we come back, we will probably design a smaller missile to fit onto the Bob bomber and go from there. So, be back in a few minutes. Thank you all very much for watching. Enjoy the dog video.